Welcome back to Be the One. This is Nadia. We're doing Power Book 4, Force Episode 9. All right, we're going to try to blaze right through this, but please take a moment to subscribe, like if you like it, thumbs it down. If you don't, do whatever you want to do. Just do it, child. All right. I don't know. I don't care about the Flynns, to be honest with you, but right now, they're the villain. So I guess Walt has his new lease on life because, he realized his cancer is not as bad as it was. So he's trying to get his family back on his side through manipulation. So he's pretty much convinced Vic that Tommy set him up and got Gloria killed. He's saying he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have, put his own son in harm's way. But in reality, he had what he wanted a hit put out on Gloria, but Uncle Paulie didn't go through with it. Um, Tommy has D-Mac working for him. He's counting the money, making sure the money is good, and he's like telling them if well, he told them that they had like a 18 point whatever percent rise in money or whatever in the last week or day or whatever it was. I don't know the time frame. Um, Tommy tells him like he's the smartest kid that he knows, and he used to know someone like that. And D Mac's like, what happened to him? He's like, he's dead, but that's part of the game. He's telling D Mac like he's young enough where and smart enough where he can do something else. Um, JP told his dad that he called Kate and told her that her mom died, and his dad was kind of trying to see how the conversation went. He was just basically saying he was her son, and told him that the mom died, and the conversation didn't really go too far, and he kind of had higher hopes. He thought like that she would be more happy to hear from him or whatever. And he was saying something like her thinking about him every day, and his dad was like maybe she has, but for whatever reason, like maybe guilt or whatever, she didn't you know do more. And she was probably feeling away because of her abandoning him or whatever. um Claudia's messing around with one of the girls that does the drops in the club, and she starts kissing on her and stuff, and then the phone rings. It's her dad telling her that Vic got shot. So she tells the girl to get out of her car, and she goes to meet with her family. um Pretty much it's the same thing. Vic is telling Claudia that Tommy set him up, and she's asking questions and stuff because she knows better. She knows that Tommy is smarter than that, and that if he really wanted to kill Vic, he would have. But she's getting influenced by her daddy and by Vic, and she's asking questions. They like, whose side are you on? But she is like coming around to what they're saying. Um, and Walt is telling her that she needs to basically join the program with the family when this war comes, because he wants to kill Tommy. Basically to cover his tracks, because Tommy was trying to protect Vic and Gloria, but he didn't listen to him, and he got the girl killed. Um, at this point, Tommy didn't know about none of this, so Liliana tells him that one of her friends that work at the hospital or something told her that Vic got hit, and he was asking her if somebody else was with him. He's trying to figure out what happened to Gloria. Um, you know, she didn't hear anything about that, so as of right now, he doesn't know what happened to her. Um, Walter is now trying to be nice to Claudia because his son almost died. Like, he not really worrying about her, but he like I said, he using manipulation. He trying to make them feel a certain way and trying to turn them against Tommy because Tommy basically don't want to work with him. That's what it really is. Um, he's pretty much having Vic feeling guilty for getting Gloria killed. Um, Paulie doesn't agree. He was like, "You got a lot of pep in your step for somebody whose son was almost killed or whatever." But he doesn't agree with how Walter is going about things because they don't have enough manpower to start no real war. He's against him, like trying to take the Serbs out again. So Walter tells him to call the hitters from Ireland. And he didn't want to do it, but like he basically told him to go ahead and do it. JP's trying to call Kate again, and she changed her number or something, so he can't get in contact with her again. And he's dealing with that. Tommy's trying to call Glory, he can't reach her. I don't know if that was that point. He went to her bar and he was trying to like peek in the windows. He don't see anything happening in there. JP was thanking Tommy. He's in the lab. He's thanking Tommy again for the opportunity, and he says he's getting his debt down. And Tommy said, basically, after this, after your debt is paid, then you can stop or whatever, or you're gonna stop, something like that, insinuating that after his debt is paid is over. But JP is like, why does it have to stop? And he's like, we had an agreement and all of that once your debt is paid, you don't have to do this no more. And he's really trying to protect him because he doesn't want something to happen to him. Tommy is about family, and he actually found some family that he has, and he wants to keep them safe. So he has him working in the lab, and he has DMAC working, with the money and stuff. They're not on the streets. When DMAC leaves from counting the money, Marshall is out there. He runs up on him, and he's basically telling him to get his lick back, from hitting him when they were at the club or whatever. DMAC is like, he forgives him pretty easily, and he says, you like family. Marshall tells him that Jannar cut him out of the deal with Cousin Buddy, and DMAC says, well, I have a idea to get back at them or whatever, and they don't show us what it is. Them two just walk off. JP lets Tommy know that he called Kate, and Tommy was pissed. He was like, you didn't tell her where I was. Like, this is the only thing I asked you to do. Which, I guess he could have got her number from the internet or something. Because I thought, they didn't really show us. I thought maybe that Tommy had gave him her number, but clearly he didn't. So we go to Bennigan, and the other officer that's extorting him asks for another $50,000. So he's stressed about that. I think he told him he'll try to get him $20,000 in a week or something. So Walt has the hitters from Ireland come, like they actually arrive, and Paulie picks them up from the airport. Um, Liliana lets Tommy know that the Irish hitters are coming. I don't know who she heard that from, but she heard and she passed the word to him. Um, Diamond walks into the barber shop and Jannar and Black are in like the basement where the punching bag is and stuff. They're down there and they like Jannar is basically saying that he basically saying fuck my brother. Like he of course he blaming everything on Tommy. He's saying that, you know, he made his brother feel comfortable. Um but basically he's still not saying like he trying to kill him, but he probably gonna do something to try to get him put in jail. So uh and he was talking about Tommy is the one responsible for Dahlia. So Diamond could hear them talking and stuff, so he stayed in the cut and listened. And then he kind of went back into a back room or something. So when they came upstairs, he came out like he just got there. And they was like, oh, I didn't know you were here. He was like, oh, I didn't know y'all were down there. And, you know, now, shit is funny. But Jannar said something kind of saying like trying to insinuate that Diamond is smart, but he was being an asshole. And then he like dapped him off and hugged him, and he got this look on his face. And Diamond is like, he don't trust him now because he ain't heard what he's saying. So now he knows that his brother ain't shit. So that's gonna be a thing. Claudia tells Tommy she's been handling family business. That's why she hasn't been answering his calls. Um, she pretty much kind of insinuates that he was the one that put the hit out on Vic. And he was like, if I wanted him dead, he would have been dead. Like, he said, I gave him my car and a way to get out of here. And he was like, well, where you get that information from? Like your dad? And she didn't answer. But he already know what that is because he had just met with the daddy before that. So he asked if Gloria was with him. And I think she said, yeah. And he said, well, how did she make out or something? And she was like, not good. So he pretty much tell her she better watch her sources or something, basically insinuating that he's gonna be coming for her daddy. Then again, first off, I knew that was him. Like he didn't even look convincing, or I guess you could say. He shows up to the barbershop with a hood on, like a hoodie and a gun. He pulls it out on Diamond and he asks him where the safe is. Diamond just walk him down there. And he's sitting here trying to tell Diamond, like, you know, he's a criminal and all of that. And he Diamond pretty much let him know, like, baby, you too. Like, he's because he's a cop, he thinks that he's on the good side of society or whatever, but he doing some foul shit himself. And he pretty much told Diamond, like, because of you I'm in this situation, and that's why they extort me, because, you know, he have to take care of his sister because whatever happened with the bad drugs in the past, and now she's, you know, I don't know if she's paralyzed, but like, you know, mentally or something, she is not there. She needs to be taken care of. So Diamond was just like basically letting them know they pretty much in a similar situation. And he was like, you know, sympathetic. He's like, well, how much do you need? I think he said 100,000. Diamond said, well, here's 150. Like, he's trying to reason with him and get him on his side too, because he's gonna need as many people as he could get and have somebody on his side for whatever is about to happen with his brother. So I think he's gonna wind up using Bennigan for, something with that. Um, let's see. So they kind of had like a little understanding. Diamond, this is after he's heard about, what his brother is saying, and then the police comes to extort him basically. He's having lunch or dinner or whatever with Adrian. She said, "You still not gonna tell me what happened to your head?" Because Bennigan hit him with the gun when he came in there. He was like, "Well, my past caught up with me, and somebody that I thought I knew, um, showed a side of them that he wasn't familiar with or something like that." And she kind of, they just having this little conversation, and she said she's breaking one of the number one rules of journalism. Like, she's catching feelings for her subject, whatever, whoever she's supposed to write about. Now, I don't know, she seemed like she's genuine, but we gotta keep our eye on her. I don't know, she don't seem shady, but it's always a possibility some shit could come back. And the way he was talking to, he might wind up giving a story or something on Jenard and get him caught up. I don't know, because I really felt like something was going to happen. I didn't know he was going to necessarily find out about Jenard like this. I thought something was going to happen, and against his own wants, he was going to end up killing Jenard. So we shall see how that goes. While he's eating with Adrian, Tommy is outside. He kind of motions for him to come outside. Tommy asks him to help him get weapons and stuff, because he's saying that the Serbs are going to be, not the Serbs, he's saying that the Flynn's are going to be coming after him. And Diamond was like, and it ain't no hard feelings. He's saying he can't do it because for him, even though he's walking on a fine line, like, he's still involved in criminal activity, but he's trying to be more chill than he was before. He's not trying to be out here drawing extra attention to himself. He says, he's not going to go back to jail for him or nobody else. So he's saying, I can't help you. And it's not on no beef shit. It's just like, if he could help it, he not trying to go back to jail. So Tommy ends up going to Merkovic, and he tells him that, he need an army, he need hitters or whatever. And he was like, that's going to cost you or something. Well, he's like, well, how much is going to cost? He said like it was 1 point something, 1.5 million or whatever. And he said he needs to know who did the hit on Vic, because the girl who was with him, she was innocent. So he kind of just motions to the dude. Tommy go and shoot him in the head, and they even. He goes home, get the money, bring it back to make the deal with Merkovic. Marshall and D-Mac go back to Cousin Buddy, and they offer him a direct connect to Dahlia. He wants them to give him, and he act like Marshall not even his cousin. He act like he don't know who he is. So I don't know that. I mean, he crazy, but like, damn. Excuse me. So he's saying he wants 3 more bricks by tomorrow, or he not going to be able to trust them. Claudia was walking up. I guess she thought she was going to go in there and kill the Serbs. I don't know. she was walking up all weird, and she saw Tommy talking to Merkovich, so she hurried up and turned around. She go back home and tell her daddy and them that he was right. Tommy set them up just because she saw him over there. You don't know what was happening, but she just made the assumption. Um, Jannar wants to kill D-Mac and Marshall because they went behind his back and made a deal with Cousin Buddy. He was telling that to Black, and Black was like, well, that don't make no sense. Like, how they get their hands on this product, and how they have a direct connection to Daya, and they bought Cousin Buddy a brick. All he gave him was that little sample tube. They gave him a whole brick. So he puts two and two together, and he figured that's Tommy. So he want to kill the two young boys, and he wants to kill Tommy too. Which he been wanting to kill Tommy, which I don't understand why. Tommy really did nothing to him. Tommy actually saved his life. D-Mac is excited. He's telling Tommy, excuse me, I have something to tell you. Tommy's like, I need to tell you, because I guess at this point he was going to tell him that they're related. And D-Mac was so excited. He was like, I made you a deal in Gary, Indiana. He was like, what you mean? He told him about Cousin Buddy and all that. He's like, nobody followed you here. He asked him all these questions. He's like, basically saying, I have to protect you, because he lets him know pretty much that he's his uncle, and he knows that JP is his dad. D-Mac pull a gun out on Tommy, and Tommy is like, look, I know you're not going to shoot me. You're not a killer. Like, but this is what it is, pretty much. D-Mac gets emotional. He runs out. Tommy goes after him. He actually sit there and talk to him, and he tells him, Tommy first told him he has to tell JP that he's his daddy. He was like, why, you the adult? He's like, all right, we'll tell them together. When they make the agreement to tell them together, somebody starts shooting. I thought it was the Irish dudes at first, but it's Jannar people or something. It's some of them, somebody he didn't send. Because the Irish dudes, they weren't even like set with no instructions or nothing yet. So I'm pretty sure it was somebody Jannar sent to shoot at probably just Tommy or well, I guess D-Mac too. And he was telling them before that he not going to be calling him Uncle Tommy. Maybe he'll call him Tom or whatever. And that's when the people start shooting. So Tommy pushed him down and started shooting back. And he actually hit somebody in the car. So after everything clears, D-Mac was like, Uncle Tommy. And he's like, what? And then he started pulling his shirt up like he sees that D-Mac got shot in the stomach. So I think he's going to survive. Tommy is at the hospital. He calls JP, and he tells him, come up there. He got blood on his jacket. So when JP gets there, he was thinking it was him. He was like, no, it's not my blood. And he was like, well, the boy who was shooting at your club and all of this stuff. He was like, it's your son. Like, how long have you known? He was like, well, I knew for a while, but I was trying to find the right time to tell you. And he was like, well, he was like, you wait till he's fighting for his life to tell me. And he got pissed off, and he was like, I gotta go see my son. So he stormed off from Tommy, and he's upset. The Irish meet with the Flynns, and they asking Claudia, like, when your daddy started letting you, go to meetings or whatever. And basically, Walter stands up for Claudia and says that, they need her smarts and all of that. So now they feel like they big shit. And she done got herself in over her head. Like, so now, Vic is like, we gotta take out every Serb we can and Tommy. So now they got this whole vendetta against him because they didn't listen to the paw. So that's all we got for that. Like, comment, subscribe, thumbs it up, thumbs it down, do whatever you want to do. This is Nadia. This has been Be The One. Thank y'all. Bye.